So now they've got this fucking Owen Smith character, whoever the fuck that is. Apparently he's kind of new to politics, and he looks and sounds a little bit like this.
Buy a car without having a look under the engine and checking that it actually worked. Well, that's what we've been asked to do.
So a couple of things that I found out about him. He used to be a lobbyist for Pfizer, the pharmaceuticals, and apparently, according to the Mirror, he earned £800,000 from that, which is a nice way to get money out of politics, isn't it?
Or the parliamentary leadership of the party or the NEC come up with, or the PLP itself. I think we need to find a mechanism to get to there, and I will...
Apparently he's further to the left of Angela Eagle, which is interesting because Angela Eagle, is she even to the left of fucking Theresa May at this point?
The situation of some workers who might have some job insecurity and potentially...
Say he's further to the left. What they're talking about is the fact that he voted against Syrian airstrikes and has not supported the welfare cuts. This is not that dissimilar to Ed Miliband, is it? This is just the idea of the left, which is so watered down, it barely resembles anything. He's worked as a journalist for the BBC, he's worked as a lobbyist, as I just covered. He does have some sort of union background, but then so did John fucking Prescott, and we all know how that turned out, don't we?
The local man chucked an egg at him almost at point-blank range. John Prescott immediately swung round and landed a punch straight on his jaw.
So, all in all, it's just more of the same old shit. Is he as bad as Eagle? Well, he's quite new to the game, so we don't really know at this point. Is he any better than Corbyn is the real question, and the answer is obviously no. Why would he be? I mean, are we all supposed to start getting incredibly inspired by this guy? What great vision does he now present for the country? Are people going to start marching and be like, yeah, Owen Smith, what the fuck are they doing down there? This just doesn't make any sense.
To test drive the car, if you like, over the next 18-month period and check whether we actually want to buy it.
Well,
it's not,
I
think,
suspect many of your own voters will think you're trying to...
Can you just imagine it now, can't you? The inspirational vision of Owen Smith. Can he be the next Tony Blair? You know, they really understand what people want, don't they, in the LPP? We want another Tony Blair. More minutely to the left, perhaps, but not too much so, that actual change happens. Can't have that. We say we don't want it, but the LPP say that we do want it. And what the LPP says must go, because they apparently represent us, despite what we tell them. Their hope is that it'll become the new Tony Blair, which is the least inspiring message you could give to pretty much anybody in the fucking country right now. I've literally never heard anybody, apart from some Conservatives, who think Tony Blair was great. Never, either left or fucking right. I've never heard it from anybody.
It's a tremendous honour and privilege.
It is a huge privilege and an honour.
By taking the tough decisions,
Tough, long-term decisions.
Punch and Judy.
The Punch and Judy politics.
I wouldn't actually say I'm a great fan of Corbyn, but you have to look at the policies presented, and at the moment Corbyn represents the best policies, and so therefore is the best leader for the Labour Party. He seems to be the most in touch with what people actually want, and he's more interested in delivering actual change that will help people. So it's a bit of a no-brainer here, isn't it? Can you keep the centre-left politician, or do you have to get rid of him for someone who's actually on the centre-right? I think the centre-left is the way to go. Fuck the LPP. What the fuck are they doing? They are so incredibly out of touch with what people actually fucking want that it's become embarrassing. And the more infighting that they do, the worse it gets. And the one person who looks good in this is, as usual, to normal people, not politicians, to normal, everyday people, is Corbyn. Can they not understand this? He win, won't he win? I have no fucking idea. I hope he does. I think he's going to get a lot of support. I think he is good for Labour, and I think he is good for the country as well, despite the smear campaigns. I mean, can you imagine being Jeremy Corbyn and how hard your life must actually fucking be? It's to wake up every day and to have these constant media attacks, things like being anti-Semitic, when you're clearly not.
You wrote defending Stephen Sizer, a vicar disciplined by the Church of England for anti-Semitism, saying he was under attack by a pro-Israeli smear campaign. Do you regret those comments?
I've met Stephen Sizer on many occasions in his role as a vicar,
and somebody that does support Palestinian people who feel that, with much justification, that their human rights are under attack. These are people living in the within Palestinian territories, and I was very surprised when he was that was done too.
To sort of go on all the time as they do about this fucking, he's got links to Hezbollah, again completely out of context. So good for him, he should keep fighting. I do support him, and I think that if we continue with this, we can actually get somewhere.
My mother stood in Cable Street alongside the Jewish people and the Irish people who were opposing the fascists at that time. We all have a duty to oppose any kind of racism wherever it raises its head, in whatever form it raises.
But his fervour for the cause has seen him accused of associating with some highly controversial groups and individuals, something to which the former Prime Minister alluded at the weekend.
And I have to say that if our global alliances are going to be alliances with Hezbollah and Hamas and Hugo Chavez's Venezuela and Vladimir Putin's Russia, there is absolutely no chance of building a worldwide alliance that can deal with poverty and inequality and climate change and financial instability, and we've got to face up to that fact.
Once again, and I've got to keep saying it, fuck the LPP.